Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anna Morfides. I am a certified wellness counselor and a life coach, and I do help people achieve their unlimited potential that they have been gifted in this life and sometimes just don't know how to access it. Today's video is going to focus on the gift of having ease in your relationships, in particular the ones of the romantic kind, because those are the ones that I get the most questions about. And the gift of taking your power back and not blaming your partner for the issues that you are finding to be challenging in your relationship. And I wrote this down so I do not forget it. So I'm going to look into my notebook. So this was the thing that I was working with a person that has decided to work with me. And it is this notion to blame the person that they are with because of their own triggers. This will never work. Blaming your person for your triggers and holding them responsible to make you feel better will never work, because this is a resonant universe. The law of physics, the law of chemistry, like the simple laws of energy have taught us and have now been so observed and studied and known to be true that we bring in these experiences. They don't happen to us. They're happening for us and with us. So blaming the other person for treating you that way, there's no power in that. And you're not understanding the concept that you're bringing in this experience to you. We are a resonant universe, quantum-based field, based on physics, like attracts like. We bring in these people with this type of energy because it is matching to what we are emitting. And this is the compass to us, how we truly feel about ourselves from the inside. So if you're in a relationship and you're experiencing challenges where you are not feeling special, you are not feeling wanted, desired, cherished, you are feeling actually the complete opposite. You're feeling disposable. You're feeling replaceable. And believe me, I know very well what that feels like. And this is why I feel like I can make these videos, because this is my jam. This is nothing to do with you personally. People don't come into our lives because they want to treat us like we're pieces of shit, or because they want to be mean to us, or they want to be disrespectful, or they want to be making us feel disposable, replaceable, not good enough. That's the energy that we are emitting. That's the vibration that we are riding on. And once we realize that and we change that, then we're going to be able to attract different experiences, because we're going to be different. Like that saying, we don't date who we want, we date who we are. That's what happens. We bring in these experiences based on the natural laws of physics and energy. So this is a great thing, because the power is right back into your hands. So say you take me for an example, and I feel like I'm a really good example of this experience because I grew up with an anxious attachment style. What does that mean? Okay, so there's almost half of us humans that are walking around planet Earth have an attachment style that is not that of a secure setting. And when you don't have a secure attachment style gifted to you when you were a child, then you walk around planet Earth as an adolescent and as an adult feeling not worthy, not good enough. You have a negative self-view, everyone else on a pedestal. You're constantly trying to fill that need. So we're not taught this in school, and I wish that we did. I just stumbled upon this because I needed to understand myself more and why I was almost about to turn 40 and I still lived in this state of trying to prove myself to be worthy, and why was my partner basically acting towards me like my mom was, until I understood, of course, that's what happens in life. Like, I am attracting this experience to myself. I had a mother who never said I love you, never hugged me, never said I'm proud of you. All I ever received was criticism. There was physical abuse, emotional abuse, and yeah, lots of judgment. So why would I ever feel worthy? Why would I ever feel good enough? I just never did. I didn't grow up with a secure attachment. I grew up the complete opposite. So therefore, my self-concept, the way that I felt about myself, was really low. I felt not good enough, not worthy. I felt like I needed to work really hard to get people's love, because I never even knew what it felt like for someone to say to me, hey, I love you. Hey, you're amazing. Hey, that was so great. I had no idea what that felt like. My subconscious system was completely running on the criticism, the physical abuse, the emotional abuse, and the verbal abuse. It was running on that. And guess what that says? You're a piece of shit. You're not good enough. You're worthless. No one likes you. You're unlovable, right? As a child, you have no idea why this is happening to you, but it didn't happen to me because my mom was a terrible person. My mother was just a victim of this type of attachment style herself, and even worse than me. So it's not even her fault. It's just intergenerational patterns that are being passed on from generation to generation until there is one of us. And then this generation, the age of Aquarius, seems to be the most befitting age for one generation to be like, hey, there's got to be a better way to living. Hey, there's got to be a better way of feeling about myself. There's got to be a better way to be in a relationship. So once I understood that, and I started to change my self-concept, and I started to reprogram my subconscious mind by doing meditations, that I am worthy, that I am good enough. I did meditations where I had to go back to the first days of my childhood that I felt unwanted. I actually just recently did that because it was an experience that I had, that I felt disposable and I felt replaceable. But instead of pointing the finger to the masculine and being like, how dare you treat me like that? What is wrong with you? No, I take my power back and I realize that this is actually a gift for me. And I say to myself, okay, why is this happening for me? Like, what part of myself is making this person show up like this in my life? What part of me is attracting this behavior from this person in this moment? And then I did this meditation where it took me back into my, very first days. I must have been super young, under 4 years old. The minute that I started to feel not wanted, not good enough, the minute that I felt criticized, judged. And I remember that feeling so clear. And that feeling that I had as less than a 4-year-old then is still the feeling that resides deep down inside of me still sometimes, that like sinking feeling in my tummy. Because remember, all of our emotional traumas will show up physically as well. So your body sometimes is a do-tell sign of what you are experiencing emotionally. It will show up physically, and it is trying to tell you something. And if anyone knows Anita Moorjani, she is the pioneer of having all her fears instilled by her father show up in her body, because she almost lost her life until she realized, and then changed her entire life. And she actually healed herself from cancer by healing those unnecessary fears that she had acquired as a East Indian child in a very in a box culture and with many rules that I can resonate with, because me growing up Greek, I also grew up in much fear and shame about a lot of things. Anyways, back to this original notion of like blaming the person for how they're showing up for you. There's no power in that, and you're just gonna be stuck in the same cycle, because guess what? If you don't fix that, if you don't fix that part within yourself that shows up that way, then you're gonna have another person that will show up with the exact same disposition, because that is what you're putting out there. But guess what? One day there's gonna come a day where that person is gonna show up like that, and you're gonna say no thanks. You're not gonna sit there and take it and get down on your knees and like start to cry or feel worthless or try to realize why this is happening to you. You're gonna be like, oh my God, like this is not okay. I am way more than that. I am lovable. I am worthy. I am good enough. And I am this and I am that. And that's when you know that you have pretty much beat your patterns, pretty much changed the core beliefs about yourselves, have changed your subconscious mind into a more helpful core belief running it that resonates more with I am chosen, I am lovable, I am always stayed with, and things of that nature. I hope this makes sense, and this is actually to help empower you to know that you can change your life at any point and at any given time, because nothing hurts me more than feminines coming to me and spending the hour of our session being so agitated and blaming their partner for all their misery, because I now know that we are 50% responsible for that misery. We're calling it in, and we have power in that. And you can change your partner the way that they show up for you. The minute that you realize why you're doing it and you change your self-concept with meditation, through gratitude, through affirmations, you can change your entire life by changing your vibration and pointing the finger to self, because it always comes back to self. This is always a gift to you when your partner shows up in a challenging way. Do not take it personally. If you remember the book, The Four Agreements, the author was very clear on rule number 1, do not take anything ever personally, because it is not. Nothing is ever personal. Everything is just always quantum field based. It's always just based on factual energy that is surrounding you. That's all that it is. And the minute you understand your vibration, the minute you start to know how to change your vibration, then you're going to change your life. And it could be that same person that changes to rise and meet you where you are, or you say sayonara, see you later, and you make room for something else. Or you might be in a situation where, I'm not sure, you have children or you have other ties that are between you, and you make the decision to be okay with your partner as they are, recognizing that it's not their fault only. We are 50% contributors of this relationship, and we somehow make it amicable and we make it work and we accept it. Acceptance is the key to everything. Marsha Linehan, creator of dialectical behavioral therapy. If you don't accept anything, then you're not living your present moment, because you are wishing for something different. When we're wishing for something different, going back to what Eckhart Tolle always says, it is the power of now. You're missing your present moment. So accept where you are and live your present moment in the most grateful state, joyful state, positive affirmation state. Watch your self-concept, watch the words that you say about yourself, because sometimes it's subconsciously running our mind and we're not even aware of it. We don't really understand. I didn't really understand why my partner was showing up the way that they did until I realized what my attachment style was, until I paid attention to how I speak to myself, about how I felt about myself. And if you want to understand these things about you, if you don't know what your core beliefs are, please message me. I am happy to help you. If you want to do a one-on-one session and untwist those core beliefs, I am trained in CBT, which is cognitive behavioral therapy, which is basically just working with a cognitive mind in a conscious way to change your subconscious mind, to change your entire life. You can do this. You have power. I'm wishing you everything. It is always in your hands. Do not ever point the finger to anyone other than you. And that pointing of the finger is a blessing. It's magic. It's not blame. It is bliss. As always, thank you so much. Please do like this video if you found anything helpful about it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. And I will see you next time. And do not forget to send me your questions. I love hearing from you, and I'll see you next time.